Sometimes I wonder where I'd be if I hadn't started journaling 6 years ago. Following a huge life change in 2017, I was struggling to find my path. My once consistent and sometimes boring life was uprooted, and my plans for the future were absolutely uncertain. Around this time, I had heard about bullet journaling as a way to stay organized. I had no idea that this journal, shown here, would help me focus on self care, heal my knee pain, lose weight, maintain healthy habits, achieve more at work, find a creative outlet, and so much more. This well worn book has become one of my most treasured possessions. Bullet journals can be simple and minimalistic, or artsy and colorful. The difference between a bullet journal from a diary style journal is that it has short, rapid writing formats. You start with a blank journal and you set it up in a way that suits your needs. There's no rule to how a journal must be used. The term bullet journal refers to a method of journaling developed by Ryder Carroll in the 1990s. He developed the method as a tool to help him manage his ADHD. His method gives users a framework to customize to their needs. The bullet journal also has inspired a community of people who have combined his journaling with creative journaling. There's so many things you can track with a journal. You might track fitness by keeping an exercise log, a food tracker, or by tracking your progress toward achieving a specific goal, like benching 150 pounds. You can then view your progress over time and see what helps you move forward or what's been holding you back. Another category to include could center around wellness. If you've ever talked to your doctor about heartburn, you might recall them recommending to keep a food journal, or how when they ask how often you have trouble falling asleep. What if you went into that doctor's appointment with this data at hand? You could also use this tool to achieve other goals. Some examples are a savings tracker, a spending log, summertime bucket list, or even just a to-do list. Putting your goals on paper and tracking the progress is a powerful tool. A 2007 study by Gail Matthews at the Dominican University found that those who write down their goals are 42 times more likely to achieve them. While a bullet journal is entirely customizable to your needs, there's specific pages that are usually incorporated into the journal, as needed. A cover page marks the start of the month or the year, and is a good page to set intentions for the time frame. You may use it to write down an impactful quote or to create a theme. Many journalers use habit trackers to track progress on specific activities. These are great for recording things such as exercise, reading, or anything else you'd like to do more of. You could even take this principle and flip it around for habits that you'd like to break, such as spending too much time scrolling on your phone. Finance charts, or graphs, are another great tool to use. Personally, I like using a line chart when it comes to saving or paying down debt. You can set a goal and race yourself to the finish line. Seeing your line go in the right direction is a reward that helps when you might be tempted to get off track. Mood or symptom trackers can be a great tool to help reflect on how you're feeling. Usually, we're so focused on the outside world, it's refreshing to think, how did I feel today? Did I laugh? Did I have more or less pain than I did yesterday? If so, what did I do differently? This tracker helps us be mindful of how we feel in a world where everything else is competing for our attention. To-do lists are another great tool that can be used to ensure that your priorities are met. I like making monthly or seasonal bucket lists of activities that I want to prioritize during that time. I also make lists about what I like to get done around my house or in my garden. Journals can also be a great tool to make a budget. Every year I write down all of my annual, quarterly, and monthly fixed expenses. This helps me understand if my budget is serving me compared to prior years. It can be a peace of mind to have that information on paper in clear terms. There are some best practices to keep in mind when it comes to journaling. First of all, you should remember that this practice is all about you. The University of Rochester Medical Center points out that journaling helps you manage your health by prioritizing problems, tracking symptoms, and recognizing triggers, and giving you an opportunity for positive self-talk. Be realistic about your journaling practice. Don't commit to more than you're comfortable with. If you know that you'll only have a moment to make a few check boxes every day, find a time where you can set up your journal so that something as quick as a check mark is a sufficient way to notate information. Don't worry about it being pretty. Let the journal change with you. Some months you may feel the need to have intricate trackers, to-do lists and plans. Other months you might look back at your well-intentioned blank page and pick it up again the next month. Whatever you decide to do, you have the freedom to make sure that it serves you. Since this journal is all about you, make sure to be positive when it makes sense. Celebrate your wins. You'll feel motivated when you look back and see how great you are and how far that you've come. This is all about spending a little time on you. That being said, you can use this as a tool to work through your struggles and identify any negative thoughts. You don't need anything fancy to get started, and you don't need to spend much money. I do recommend buying a quality journal that will last because I've been using the same journal since 2018. This is the journal that I use, and it costs $12.99 on Amazon. I'd also recommend using your favorite pen or pencil. If you aren't sure what to start with, you can start by doing a search online for bullet journaling ideas. I like using Pinterest to find inspiration. If you can think of what's really important for yourself to track that month, it's pretty likely that there's someone out there who's shared how they tracked it themselves. Journaling has been a tool for me to discover myself. If you aren't journaling right now, consider what it could do for you. When you look back at yourself in 5 years, how would you like to have one physical place which allows you to see how much you've grown? Pick up your favorite pen, a notebook, and see what it can do for you.